Hello guys, welcome back to the bench. And for today I'm going to show you guys how to airbrush these inexpensive Testors enamel paints. These are the inexpensive ones. These cost a little more. These are $1.99 I think. Well, $2 at Hobby Lobby. And going flying there. And these are double the price. These are $4, but you get, you're getting double the paint. But the point of the video is to show you how to airbrush basically these real cheap Testors paints. I'll airbrush one of these too, just to, because it's the same paint. It's an enamel. I'll be using my 3 millimeter airbrush from GSI, Mr. Hobby, and I'm going to show you how to mix them and how to spray them. Now, don't get these confused, particularly these Model Masters, with these. They look identical. They're not. The red stripe signifies it's enamel. The blue stripe signifies it's an acrylic. A lot of nice colors are available in the acrylic. Look at these. These are beautiful. But it's a whole separate video. I mean, I'm going to show you how to airbrush those too. But they went from this stripe around the bottle. Can you see it? To this stripe that's just under the name Model Master. These tell you that it's enamels. And this blue stripe is always an acrylic. So make sure, as far as painting what I'm about to show you, these enamels, make sure you go with the red stripe. And there's some really nice colors. Look at this. This is silver blue metallic. Isn't that beautiful? This is pearl orange. This is bright light blue. So these bigger bottles have a much more eclectic choice of colors. Fluorescent, I think, is available in both. That's fluorescent red. This is gray metallic. Look how nice that is. This is burgundy pearl. Anyway, I really want to show you guys how to airbrush these real cheap ones. Now these come in some nice colors too. Look at this. This is Graphite Metallic. Isn't that great? This is flat steel. So they come in great colors. My biggest complaint is they stick a damn warning label all around this thing, and you can't see the paint. Even through this is kind of difficult with this thick glass jar. You're left to looking at the sides here. I mean, these brighter colors are easier to see, but these other colors that are dark and shade, it's really tough to see. The packaging is terrible. I'm going to put them in a separate jar after I blend them to show you guys how we're going to do it. All right, off to the mix. All right, even though they're enamels, you can use this. Let me grab some here on my shelf. This is their Testors enamel paint thinner. It's not cheap because you're in a tiny jar. You don't need it. Go with Lacquer Thinner with these. Your cheap basic Lacquer Thinner. I got this at I think Lowe's. It's under $10. This is like $6 or $8. The difference is pretty steep. The Lacquer Thinner works, and it'll actually let you dry it quicker. The biggest setback on these paints is they're cheap, which is great, but they're tacky. They don't really cure for, I mean, a week till you really get a nice hardened finish. I would say, depending where you live, it might even be 2 weeks if it's really damp, But this speeds up the drying time, and we're going to put them in my dehydrator. That really, really helps. And when you bring in the dehydrator, you really get the best use out of these paints. And that helps significantly with the sturdiness and the durability of it. But anyway, we're going to mix them 50-50. It's the 50-50 paint and 50-50 with this Lacquer Thinner. Now you want to shake them up good, so I'm going to bring in here into the camera here my paint shaker. It looks like this thing was made for these paints. Now I shook this one just before the video, so I'll show you one that's separated. Can you see the oils at the top? These are an oil based. See it? So you lock these in, put the strap over, and let it go. It's loud, but while I'm working and prepping something else, I'll put the color in that I want to get shaken up, and let it do its thing. But you want to shake them up good. I'm not going to let that keep going, so I have to keep shouting over it, but you can already see that it's starting to blend already. So I'll do that off camera, obviously. If you guys are interested in this shaker, I think it's under 30 bucks, and it comes with extra straps. It fits a lot of stuff. I mean, it'll fit this. It'll fit, it fits everything. Everything I put in it. Here, here's an SMS that I just got in. And that's all separated, see it? So let's put that in, just so you guys can see it. Okay. Look at that. Yeah, it's already shaken up pretty much. Let that go for a minute. It's fully shook. So, nice little gadget, particularly under 30 bucks. If you paint a lot like I do, it's worth having. All right, now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to mix up one of these 50-50, and I'm going to do one, and I'm not going to do them all on camera. I'm going to pick a few of these colors. I'll even pick one of these bigger ones, and maybe we'll go some opaques and some of these metallic steel type colors. But here's how we're going to mix one up. Okay. And the rest I'll do off camera. All right, here we go. Now, put a cloth down on your bench. Always put a cloth down on your bench. For sure. Now this, I did shake up. Make sure it is. I think it is. Yep. This one's shaking up pretty good. Now, 50-50. I think... Well, you know what? For this test, I'm going to show you two ways. Maybe I'll show you how to do both. You know. Now, if you can only open the cap, because the cap is on this thing super tight. So let me open it up. I'm off camera trying to open this jar for you guys. All right, I got it. Dead air over here. All right. There it is. So, for 50-50, let's just get rid of this. I'll use the jar for the rest. And what I can do is I can also clean it out. A lot of these jars I can't stand anyway. I think I got a case of jars coming in, not by Mr. Hobby like this, but a generic brand. And I might take these, pre-mix them, and get them dumped into this, because you just can't see these. This one I spent about 20 minutes with heat and whatnot and getting this label off so I can at least see it. You know. Now, take your... Trying to keep out of the camera range. My arms anyway. All right, guys. Here we go. All right. You're going to take your lacquer thinner. This should be pretty well drained out. Don't make a mess. See on the lip of the jar? Even though we're not going to be using it. You know, wipe the edges so you don't get it on yourself. Okay. Want to go in? Can you guys see me? Hold on. All right, I got my pipette, and I'll go over the top. We're just going to fill this right up. Then we'll shake this jar, get everything off it. That's good, because if you think about it, the jars aren't all the way full anyway. So that's your 50-50 right there. All right. All right. Let's get this out of the way. All right. Gonna put your cap on. And we're going to shake this baby up. All right. Just shake it up. I mean, all that's in there is lacquer thinner. You can see it? I already cleaned off the jar. Look at it. See it? That's it. It's a 50-50 mix. I like even more than that when I do my my lacquer paints. But with these, you can just go 50-50. That's it. I don't even need the jar anymore. I can put that aside. Now, you can either stir it up or you can shake it up. There we go. This is ready for airbrushing. Now, to get a good seal, try your best to keep paint off of the top rim and anywhere where it screws on, because then it creates an air barrier, and then the air gets in, and it creates a barrier from it being airtight, is what I mean to say. And that's it. You can even see the paint flowing right here. Tells you it's all the way through. And that's it. That's ready for airbrushing. We'll that's one we're going to use in the test. We'll show you that right up. The next mix we're going to go with, we'll do one of these to show you guys. There's some nice colors here. I don't know what to use. You know, we'll go with this green silver because it's different. All right. All right. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pause the camera while I reach out and get some more stuff with the paint. All right. For this one, we're going to stir this one up. I did a little bit of shaking, but because of these pearls, I like to get everything off of the bottom. So, I'll open this up. I like to get my tops clean so my hands don't get wrecked. What we're going to do for this one is we're going to use this Badger paint stirrer. I showed it in my tips and tricks video, but here we go. You're going to hold the shaft of this thing. See this? Between your fingers. So you can slow it down so it doesn't go crazy. You're going to put it right in and turn it on. See how I can control the speed just by gripping it? Try to get up to the camera for you. There. Now you don't want to pull it out while you're spinning it. You're going to get paint all over your workshop and yourself. In my case, the camera too. But see how thick this is? We can really stretch this paint out quite a bit. So what I like to do when I come towards the top with it, make sure it's all stirred up. I like to come up slowly. That's where I use my fingers. And that's it. Turn it off. You're going to bring this over. This is your thinner and a tall. I put this in a shot glass. Turn it on. You can actually see the whirlwind that this thing creates in the paint. That should do it. And there you go. Look at that. It cleans it off perfect. Just like new. Great little gadget to have. Great gadget to have. Now, with this, what we're going to do is I'm going to put in, I'm going to measure it here at the bottom. This is 1/8 teaspoon, I guess. Let's get this lacquer out of the way. All right. There it is. That's pretty good right there. Right where I wanted it. Now use this that you just cleaned off your paint stirrer with, because it's got lacquer thinner on it. Takes it right off. You're going to keep this clean, and it makes a nice seal to keep the air out of it. What happened was, you get crusties build up in a dried paint on the rim, and when you put the cap down, it creates a barrier that it won't close all the way, and it lets air in, and then you lose the life of your paint. It shortens the lifespan quite a bit. All right, now for this, we're going to measure it out. Same amount here, 1/8. So bring this over. And that'll give us our 50-50 mix. The other ones, the jars, I just can't stand those little square jars, so I go out of my way just to get them out of there, you know. All right, that's it for that. And that's it. All right, get this out of the way. Cap on this. Now for this one, we're going to stir it up. The other one I was able to, obviously, to close the cap and shake the jar. This one here. This we're going to stir up ourselves. And that's it. And that's it. See how thin it is? It's really thin. This really, really comes out thin. But the benefit of the enamels is, as far as car models go, super high shine. Most of the time, you don't even need a clear coat if you're spraying with these enamels. It's just a beautiful shine. All right. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to prep a few more colors. Maybe we'll do 4 colors total. I'll do one of these metallics maybe, and I'll pick another one. So I'll do 4 colors total, and we'll clean out the gun, and I'll show you the results. I'll see you at the booth. All right, guys. First up, we'll do this silver blue metallic. I'm going to put this. It's pretty light color. I'm going to put it over a really light gray primer. This is Tamiya surface primer in the jar, the little square jar. That's what this is. You can see it's in there. It's really thin. You're going to see that if it's a gloss, it is glossy. And it goes on really good. And it usually doesn't even run either. Usually it's a pretty simple paint to work with. It's just the drying time is really a hindrance. Look at that. You'll see it better, I think, over the other lighting. But that's good. I'll show you. I'm going to put this in the dehydrator. I'll show you at the end. And then we'll check out the results as they dry. But it's going to dry just like that. Mega shiny like that. Alright? Alright, let me get the other color in. We only got 3 more to go. Alright, next up is that orange that I showed you guys. We pre-mixed 50-50 in the jar. With this, I think it's an pretty dense opaque. We're going to try this over just plain plastic. Alright? Make sure there's nothing on the spoon. Blow it off. And let's go to town. Oh man, that covers fast, huh? Wow. I'm going to go in for that high gloss. Get right in there. Load it up. There you go. We're done. That covers fast, huh? Look at that. All right, we'll put this in. It's a much deeper orange. You'll see it under the other lighting. We'll put this in the dehydrator. Move on to the next color. All right, guys. Next up is gold. Let's try it on straight plastic. Maybe I'll do one on a primer one too. But let's try this on plastic. I recall that gold being pretty good. Let me check the air pressure. Oh, sorry guys if I hit the camera. Some of these metallics like a higher air pressure. Yeah, that's it. Much better. Right. That is pretty nice. Let's try it over. I should go with a dark. I have a real dark primer. Let's look at it over this. Hold on one second. Let me reload the brush here. Sorry guys, it wasn't as much gold in there as I thought. Let's see how this looks over dark primer. Yeah, it has a slightly more unique look. How's that? All right guys, I'll let all these dry. I'll get one more color and then we'll look at the results. All right guys, last one for this test is going to be Graphite Metallic. I really do like these graphite type colors a lot, so well, we'll go with plain plastic first and see what we get. Cover's nice already. It's a color I want to paint one of my Porsche kits, and this looks like it's the exact color. Wow, real nice. Wow, beautiful. Wow, really nice. Let's try it over. Let's try it over some black here. I don't think there's going to be a difference, but yeah, we'll try it. Covered in dust. I don't even know if this stuff's going to play well with my all-clad gloss black base. Beautiful, huh? Very impressive. I'm blow drying it so you guys can see. Even the compressor just kicked in. Alright, that is a beauty. Whoa, my favorite color so far. Alright guys, let me clean out the brush, put these in the dehydrator. I'll show it going in the dehydrator right now. and then we'll let them dry. Alright guys, here is the rack for the dehydrator. So let's put these in here. Those two. Let's put the gold. Alright, we have the orange. And that blue. Well, blue, green, steel blue, whatever it was. Alright, these are tacky, for sure. So, hold on 1 second, guys. One second. There we go. Alright, let's take this on a ride. Let's turn off the spray booth. There we go. And we're going to bring this on a little ride. I put the dehydrator in the other room. Bring it through my dungeon here. Here it is. You see all my CDs, because I also burn CDs for a record label. Alright, in we go. Alright, this is if you guys didn't see my other video. We seal it. Power on. Automatically defaults to 10 hours if you're dehydrating food. But we go to the temperature first. We don't want it that warm. You know, 120 is good. 113 is good. That's all you need. Temperature is good. Timer doesn't matter because I'm going to come back in an hour on my own. But you can just bring it down. That's it. Right to where you want it. So I'll let it go an hour. I'm actually going to go have my dinner and just come back. It probably won't even be an hour, but I want to show you guys that all it takes is 1 hour. So let's head back to the room. And I want to show you something here before I pause this and get those paints to dry. These just came in. This is a whole new lineup of Splash paints. These are their new candies. Pink. That's it. If I can go close. Green, yellow. This is all their new candies. Look at this. They got a hologram too, just like All Clad. Look at that. So I'm going to test those out. And I got the rest of their metal paints. Copper, gold. Yeah. Oh, what's orange doing here? That goes over here with the clears. Steel, iron, dark aluminum, hyper silver, whatever the hell that is. We'll check that out. Gunmetal, my favorite. And yeah, and here's the silver base that they released their own silver base. I guess it'll go over anything to put their new clears over. Then I got these in for SMS. I got all their surfacer colors, and then I got a bunch of their normal colors. Then I got their pearls. I showed you one in the thing. We just stared it up. Look at this color. Oops, I dropped one. Look at that color. Look at that. And then I got, oh, let's get Gundam Wing out of here. And then I got the rest of their metal colors I didn't have. Brass, super silver, gunmetal, steel, copper, red, gold, and silver. And in the back, I got the Chroma Air paints. These are those acrylic urethane paints. I've already started testing them. Look at that. There's the green. So these go on matte, but I'm dying to try them. I got two kinds of white, and then the gray. I finally got a straight black. So we'll be testing those soon. And I got these custom creative paints. These airbrush ready acrylics. I have no idea how they are. I wanted to try them. And I got the Autobond sealers as I'm building up paints for the primer test. Oh, and I got this Pearl X powder from Hobby Lobby. It's the powders, like I did the test where I rubbed them in. So we'll be testing this. I'm going to see if this works. And nice big size compared to the tiny little size I got for the other kind. This is Inspire. These are kind of hard to come by. These were on sale, so I just grabbed this bottle. This is Black Candy. This is a solvent. Let me show you on my wall here. This is their H2O lineup. This is their acrylic lineup. See it? And I have transparent red, gold, and a mustard base. That's a solid. But look at this. I put it over. Look at that. It's that Iron Man red. That's this one. Look how nice that came out. So I wanted to try their paints, but fortunately they didn't have the acrylic ones. They had these solvent. And this is all they had was this black. They're not cheap. So I'm going to see how this one is before I invest in them. You know, they're like 10, 12 bucks a piece. And I got some surfacers from Splash. So all that is in. And I'll be doing the 2K test soon to show you guys how great that 2K paint came out. Really impressive. I mean, look at the shine. So, and I've got 2K matte coming in. Some matte 2K. And that's it. that is all. I added some shelving here to get stuff that needs to be tested and out of the way. All this is yet to be tested. My clear coat test, these Gaia tests. I'm going to be airbrushing some inks. I got more Model Master metallizers. Those are the tests from Vallejo, the tests we did. I'm going to do some nail polish testing back there. I just got these in. These are brand new Sparmax, simple to use airbrushes. These are the solvent ready ones. Solvent, see the SR for solvent ready? That means I can put, the other ones had plastic bottles. These now have glass jars. So we'll be testing that out soon. And I got this in from Moto. This is my tool cleaner. I've been using this to clean out the paints on my airbrush once I am done. And that's it. There's the bench. So I got to clean out the brush, wait for those paints to dry, look at the results. We'll see you in a bit. Right, guys, here we are, back with the results. I took them out at the hour mark out of the dehydrator. And while they could have gone in longer, they're safe for me to touch and kind of, take a little bit of abuse. But you can feel a little bit of a drag, which means they're not fully cured, whereas this one's been drying. I let this one in. I did this one off camera for quite a while. I let this dry in there for 2, 3, 4 hours and hot as a rock. That's why I wanted to show you guys this other spoon that I have. Well, let's look at the results. Now the gold looks like it doesn't matter. I mean, one's over, what was the one over? All different colors. It doesn't matter. They're all the same, so one's over a primer. I could throw one of these out. Actually, I can throw 2 of them out. They're all the same. But look how nice. That's not bad, guys, for a $2 bottle of chrome, gold. It's got a bit of a texture, but I recall a lot of their matte paints do have that texture. And then you could put a gloss over this or a matte that would cure that right up too. But, I mean, very good results. Matches the bottle almost exact. So, very good gold. This was Graphite Metallic. All right, that's over, I think one's over the plastic, one's over gray primer. You can see the 2 shades right there, but how good looking. This is the exact color I want to paint my Porsche. Let me see if I can find the kit, what I'm talking about. Yeah, here it is. It's above me here, guys. This here Porsche, let's go this way. I want to paint it this charcoal, well, that's silver. I want to do a charcoal gray with these normal wheels and a red leather interior. But this is the exact color gray that I'm looking for that car. And then look at this. This is lighter, just over a different primer. But how beautiful is this color? It's as good looking as anything we've painted here on the channel. Right? $1.99. Hey, almost $1 if you put your 40% coupon towards it. But how great is that? Is that beautiful? See the high gloss? This is the draw as far as building cars, and if you want a gloss finish, regardless of what you're building. There is no word irregardless. Regardless of what you're building, if you want it shiny, this is the paint. You're going to get this without even putting a clear coat. Look at that. All right. This was, where's the color? Oh, it's on the front in this one. Silver blue metallic, even though it's a green. Right. Again, this one looks like it didn't matter either. So this one over the right of the plastic or over a primer, it looked the same. Sometimes with these lighter metallics, they look different. And you never can tell. But white primer is the way to go for most of these colors. It matches the jar really good. But isn't that a beautiful color? Again, it's as nice as this gunmetal, this metallic gray, this graphite. So their metallics are pretty nice. Boy, if you want to build a car kit, this is your paint right here. Just grab one of these, and you're going to be painting the model for dirt cheap. This is the more expensive one, but I mean, this one was in the cheap jar, right? Beautiful, beautiful paint. This is the one we mixed, 50-50 out of the jar, just to show you. And look at that. That matches exact, huh? Look at the shine on that. It's flawless. There's not even a bit of orange peel. Look at it. Right? These paints are like the unsung heroes of paints. They've been around so long. We have all these other fancy paints that we start to ignore them. But I'll tell you right now, if this sprays perfectly, I would want it to look like this, right? There's no way it can look any better than this. So, I mean, you're looking at, what is this thing? $8? I don't know what I paid for this thing. Probably $8. I mean, I got a lot more, obviously. But look at this. Once I doubled it up 50-50, you know, it's probably close to almost the same amount, you know. So, $1.99, I'm telling you, I'm going to get the same results out of these SMS paints. I'm telling you. Very impressive. But you got to let them dry. That's the thing. They got to dry. The dehydrator, of course, did the job for this. And this one I did off camera. This is, what's it say? Just says dark red. Dark red. Obviously. Dark red. Matches well. And this one I want to show you how, I mean, this, you couldn't, this is like almost like a 2K coating on it. Now this stuff doesn't need gloss coating at all. It would actually be too much, you know. And let's go ahead and do a little tape test to show you that this stuff is going nowhere, you know. Now we got a couple of these, so let's try this. This is going to peel off, I bet you. Watch. Sorry guys, I'm off camera over here. Oh no, well, yeah, it did. Told you. Yeah. So the gold you would have to protect, but this I feel isn't dry like these are. This one's way dry. You've got to let these dry further, you know. Don't fault it for what I just did, you know, because it didn't. It's not. You have to. It's got to be in the dehydrator a long time. I did it enough that I can film it for you guys. So that's not a true test. But when I did it, I knew it was going to peel off, you know. But the matte ones usually have more grip on a piece of tape anyway, because the matte has it adheres more to the matte. But now I'm going to show you this before I get going. These are enamels too. These are Humbrol enamels. Right? This is some kind of metallic bronze. This is out of the can. This is straight out of the can. How nice is that? Same formula, an enamel. These are 14 milliliters. I don't know what these are. 7.5. So this is double. Even though they look the same, this is double the amount of paint that's in there. But it's the container that stinks. Look at this one. I couldn't get it all. It must be old stock, so it was all stuck to it. Look at the... I had to get this screwdriver and bend the... just to get this thing to open. You know, I said, this paint's going to be dead. It's thick. I thinned it out with the cheap lacquer thinner. Look at the result. It's phenomenal. It's as durable as any paint I've ever painted. Look at it. So, these enamels are good. Now, coming up, I'm ordering a bunch of Revell. Revell Germany now has their paints available in America. A full lineup, 80 colors plus of enamels, 80 colors plus of their acrylics. They're the same colors, just one's an acrylic and one's an enamel. Unfortunately, they come in these tins. But fortunately, I think they're going to paint well like these do. So I will be ordering those soon. So we'll be testing the Revell paints, both the Aqua, which is their acrylic, and these enamels. Maybe they're even made by Humbrol. I don't know, but I know they're out of Germany. Humbrol's out of the UK. But that's this orange. Look how good that matched, too. I wish all the caps match, but they don't. They stick stickers on them. And they don't tell you the name. They give you a number, and you got to look it up what the color is. You know, this, I just looked at it. I knew it was an orange. You know, but how nice is that? But that's an example of enamel paints. They're very good. You just got to worry about the drying time. Like this really needs to go another week. And I will be testing this in another week. I'll let it really harden up. And just use this cheap thinner. Don't use the stuff that they sell you. It's expensive. It comes in a jar. You know, use your cheap thinner. Get yourself some jars. Here's my Tamiya mixing jars. And you get some bigger ones. Amazon's got a bunch of jars. Cheap. And you just dump them out and then pre-mix them and you're all set to go. And that's it. I'll put a link to the old paint shaker. You know, put a link to my paint stirrer. And the paints, as far as these go, I would pick those up at Hobby Lobby. Most hobby shops carry these. You know, probably the easiest to find as far as America goes. Anyway, that's it, guys. I wanted to show you how nice these paints are for the money. Coming up soon is a huge test on nippers. I'm ordering all kinds of nippers. I got God hands on the way. I got a whole bunch on the way. We're going to compare them to my favorites, these micro marks. I got the Tamiya over there. I got a trumpeter set. It's going to be a huge shootout. I got a couple of kits coming in that we're going to test. We're going to cut some parts off the runners and see how these babies work. We'll pick out a winner on that test. So that's coming very soon, hopefully over the weekend. All right, guys, thanks a lot. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because we have a lot more to go. Thanks, guys. We'll see you over the weekend.